Hello, my name is Haley Carlson, and this is my case study for EDL 856. It's Module 11. So starting out with the case and establishing some of the facts here in a summary, at a local school, a group of parents decided to discontinue their PTA through the national affiliate and function as an independent parent organization. This group's focus emphasized parent participation and community involvement. The principal of the school felt that the PTA was a positive addition to the school community because they were always so supportive. In the past, the PTA had planned a parent-staff picnic, worked with parent-teacher conferences, and promoted a bond referendum for the school. While reviewing the back-to-school night plans with the new parent organization, they had strong opinions to share with the principal about the direction of the event and how it should be more than just familiarizing parents with their children's schedules, and should instead find out what is happening within the classroom. The parent organization president presented a new back-to-school week event that included a full week of evening activities focusing on individual subjects and having parent-teacher conferences throughout the week, requiring teachers to stay after school each evening. The president also shared that the organization wanted to become more involved in the decision-making process and the policy-making aspects of the school. The parents believed they should be equal partners with the school in deciding what was best for their children. The organization shared that they had already formed parent committees for discipline, teacher performance, curriculum, and total school improvement. They shared the purpose of the committees was to collect data in order to issue policy on the changes they felt were needed. After hearing all of the new parent organization's new operations, the principal had some thinking to do. After all, he is held accountable for the policies and things that may go wrong within the school. So, should he be making and approving policies? He found himself thinking, why wasn't I invited on these conversations to start with? And wouldn't committees interfere with the normal day-to-day operations, especially the ones that they had designed? The principal is very in favor of parental involvement and participation in the happenings of the school, but cannot allow parents to make policy decisions or step in to do his job. So how can he address this with them? Some legal and ethical issues that have kind of come up here. So there are no exact legal issues within the case itself as it is, but there is the potential for some to arise here. So the parent organization does not have any legal power to make or implement policy within a school. It also breaks teacher contract by making them participate in extra work beyond the school day. They had scheduled that week, and teachers had to be there every night that week, which probably wasn't built into the contract already. And it also breaks privacy laws to allow parents access to student information that is not their own student, kind of depending on the committee that they're in. Ethically, the parent organization is overstepping boundaries and undermining authority of administrators. There's no collaboration with admin or staff on discussions that benefit involvement and school or student improvement. So, a single sentence synthesis of events. A new parent organization wants to be equal partners in involvement of decision-making and policy-making without discussing with school leaders or teachers first. Synthesizing the facts, so the things that we know, the people. There's the principal, the new parent organization, teachers, students, the surrounding school community. The place is the school. The program, so we have the school, the newly unaffiliated PTA parent group, so they aren't a part of the parent-teacher association anymore. They're completely independent. Some unknown facts, so we don't really know details on specific individuals or backgrounds on anyone. We also don't know any really details about the school or the demographics or those kinds of details. We also don't know if it's public, private, anything that goes along with the place. So reviewing and prioritizing the information that we have, there's a great risk of conflict arising that drives a wedge in the relationship between the school members and the parents. And depending on how the situation is handled, there could be strain in the principal's relationship with the staff. So if he lets the parent organization come in and kind of do whatever they want, then he might lose respect from the teachers and the staff for not standing up for them. So individuals and groups that have an important stake in the outcome, the principal and the staff, the students, especially to the parent organization, and most importantly, no one's really been consulted in this. This is very early, I guess, in the stages, so that would need to happen as well. Could I learn more about this situation? Yes, I don't know that I have enough information, but I would like to know more about the school, the demographics, the kinds of parents that we're working with. What are the policies for the district when it comes to parent involvement and parent organizations is a really big one too. And then do I know enough to make a decision? I think that consulting the teachers and the staff is essential to making a decision on this. So some options and possible consequences here. Option 1, allow the group to function as they wish. Let them use the committees to create policies and make decisions for school and students. Option 2, do not allow the group any further involvement within the school and just straight up cut ties with them. Option 3, allow the organization to have representatives at administrative meetings and other relevant meetings to give them a voice to share their concerns and suggestions. So some consequences of each one of these options. So with option 1, allowing the group to function as they wish allows for parent involvement, which is good, but it also steps on the toes of administrators, teachers, staff, and even students. Option 2, outright denying the group and cutting ties with them may be the easiest option, but it also breaks a necessary relationship needed for school improvement and student success. So completely cutting ties with the parent organization is not what you want to do either. And then option 3, allowing the organization to have representatives at administrative meetings and other relevant meetings to give them a voice is a nice compromise for their requests of having a voice. They may be upset at first because it is not what they wanted, but it still allows for decision-making to be done by school personnel. So choosing the best option here, in my opinion, is option 3, to allow organizations to have representatives at the meetings to give them a voice. This saves the relationship between the administrators, teachers, and parents, even though it might not be easy at first. It might be a blow that the parent organization just has to take. But I do think it is best in the long run. It preserves the integrity of the job of an administrator and also the teachers, while also respecting that parents should have a voice in the school process too. And it allows for collaboration and engagement with parents and school members for the benefit of school improvement and student development. So imagine implementing this decision. Step 1, I would schedule another meeting for the organization to discuss steps at a later date. So take time to think about some of the things that they presented to you and not react right away. And then step 2 would be to speak with all of the teachers, staff, and necessary district members of the decision of including parent representatives in meetings to give them a voice and kind of give them what the parent organization was wanting and where we are meeting them in the middle. Step 3, meet with the parent group and outline procedures for choosing representatives and how the partnership and the representation will run during meetings. And then the final step is approving those representatives to be included and then going over those expectations with them explicitly before having the first meeting. And here are the standards. Thank you so much for watching this.